of that land far away, where the tree of life and eternal shared its fragrance through the unclouded day. Oh, land of a cloudless day. Oh, land of an unclouded sky. They tell me of a home where no storm clouds rise. Oh, they tell me of an unclouded day. Oh, they tell me that he smiles on his children, and his smile drives their sorrows all away. And they tell me that no tears ever come again, and that lovely land of an unclouded day. Oh, land of a cloudless day. Oh, land of an unclouded sky. They tell me of a home where no storm clouds rise. Oh, they tell me of an unclouded day. Oh, they tell me of an unclouded day.
Hello everyone, hope you guys are doing fine. So I'm sorry I haven't been able to have weekly live streams, and I will not have weekly live streams anymore. But I have been missing being with you guys, so I'm back today. And I hope to go live at least once a month here. So I'm sharing my screen now. So I posted this thing here live Sunday night because the US time for me is the 27th. The topics that I want to talk today, it's about the moon map lunacy. I consider it total lunacy, this moon map, and I'm going to explain why. I've made like 4 videos on the moon map. Let's talk a little bit about Mount Meru or Mount Zion, the mountain of God. Talk a little bit about the compass, a video I posted this week. And of course, flight routes that always prove the Gleason's map to be the correct map of the flat Earth. So let's start with this moon map stuff here. So I tried to find a political world map, the moon map, the political. I could not find anything that's really high resolution. The highest resolution I could find was 700 by 700, pretty low. And if you go to Vibe of Cosmos, like there's a website, you get one that's 1200 by 1200, which is nothing, right? So I got a lot of problems with this map, a lot of problems. And I'm going to explain. So this is the political map of the moon map. And so let's go back to this one right here. So I always pointed out this thing here, okay? So this is, I got the moon map, and this is the layout they claim to be, all that stuff. And you have Polaris right here. So we know the Mount Meru is directly under the Polaris, okay? We know the center of the flat Earth. But if we see here, like the center of the flat Earth on the moon map, you see here the 4 mountains or whatever they claim to be. But when you have it on this model as they did it, right? This is where Mount Meru is, right here in this region, which makes no sense, okay? Polaris is right here in the middle of the Pacific, according to them. So it's so confusing, and then another fact is that we have a flight from Sao Paulo to Luanda, right? So let's look here on the flat Earth map real quick. So this is Brazil right here. Okay, São Paulo. We have a flight that goes to Luanda in Angola right here. 10 hours. Okay, 10 hours. So how is that possible? Well, let me explain. So these are the jet streams right here, jet streams, all right? So this flight goes from São Paulo to Luanda right here in about 10 hours. Now, if you go to the moon map, this is Brazil. According to them, Venezuela is bigger than Brazil. I mean, we know, I'm from Brazil. We know this is nonsense, okay? A lot of nonsense here. You have Bolivia, north of Brazil. We know it's west of Brazil. So a lot of nonsense. But if you fly from São Paulo right here to Luanda, which is right here, you have to fly over the North Pole. I mean, this map has no credibility whatsoever to me. No credibility, it's a waste of time. If you go to my community, I have a whole bunch of memes of flights. You can just save them if you want to use them or share. This one right here, okay? So we had this flight. This is a flight that happened a couple months ago. The Brazilian women's soccer team had to go to a tournament in Sydney, and they used to fly, like I have in my book, São Paulo, Brasilia, whatever, Rio to Los Angeles, from there to Sydney. But because the US now requires, a couple of years back, requires Brazilian citizens to have a transit visa, which costs $180, right, for the transit visa. And a charter flight to carry maybe, I don't know, 60 to 80 people. Imagine $180 per person just to stop for fueling for 2 hours. So they are now flying to Tahiti. They stop in Tahiti and then Sydney. So this is the flight route, right? Now, if you look on the moon map, if you go to Brazil, to Australia, they have this continent which is bigger than South America, bigger than Australia, or is it Tahiti? I mean, this map, I'm sorry for you guys who rely on this map. It's a psyop. It's a completely nonsense. It's lunacy. It makes no sense whatsoever. Completely crazy. All right. Shout out to Dimitri from Russia. And I'm going to tell you why. One more time. This is from them, from the Vibe of Cosmos stuff. Okay. You see here where the North Pole should be. And we have Mount Meru right here, which makes no sense. Now, just a couple weeks ago, we had this thing here going on. The Northern Lights, okay, being seen from several places. And Dimitri told me, like areas like close to Moscow, and you see here in England, a lot of places we're seeing, the Northern Lights. So again, if on the moon map, this makes no sense whatsoever, right? Because in the moon map, the Polaris is way in the Pacific, and below Polaris, it's the sea, So it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So I apologize. A lot of people like this moon map. I don't. Since the beginning, I thought there was something wrong with this moon map. I thought it was nonsense, and I'm still thinking about that as nonsense. Somebody posted here on my comments, and I really like. Shout out to you, Red Scotland. That was responding to a guy who was defending the moon map. So you perhaps have replaced one container of confusion for another, which it is the globe with the moon map. Vibes of Cosmos merely presents a theory, doesn't make any remotely true. Furthermore, Polaris, through repeatable observations without question the only star above that does not move, and its position is quite clearly fixed directly above the North Pole, as if it were a cosmic screw holding it all the place. Regardless what you found on on Vibes of Cosmos channel, this stated spectral polarities in relation to the North Pole is fundamental to what we observe in a way the so-called moon maps simply is not. And I'm sorry, that moon map, know, a lot of people, if you go to Google, say figures on the moon, you see squirrels, you see bears, you see anything. And this guy, just I see all the continents here. Furthermore, if this magnet north hailing from the Rups Negra Black Rock Mountain does indeed move anti-clockwise by 1 degree every 72 years, then does this mean it brings its mountain with it as it moves? Or does it leave behind this magnetic mountain since it's moving onto pastures new, as it were? And so what happens to the mountain in such a scenario? Thrown to the knacker's yard, I suppose, left defunct and devoid of purpose, having spent its days of magnetic attention only to be replaced by a new geographical location. And what about the dome in such scenario? Is the dome covering the entire massive moon map, or does it only cover the part we are currently under, on Earth? In this case, there must therefore be parts of the wider Earth that are currently not under our celestial dome. Too many moving parts with this for me. So it's just like he said, it's one barrel of confusion over another one. All right, so the moon map, big waste of time, makes no sense at all. The countries doesn't match reality. All right. I'm sorry, guys. I know some of you like, that stuff, and perhaps you have been, you have become a flat earther recently, and the moon map is all that you know. But I'm sorry about that, but it's nonsense. So if you look at the moon, there is another thing really important that I think it was Pastor Ryan McRae, and I did save this short video on TikTok. I just don't know where it is. Try to find for the next time. I think it's the Book of Enoch. I'm not sure. It's one of the Apocryphas. It says that the fallen angels altered the appearance of the moon to deceive mankind. Okay, I'm going to say that again. Perhaps you guys know the correct passage in one of the Apocryphas. Let me have some water here, guys. It's one of the Apocryphas. All right, I believe it was Pastor Ryan McRae. I'm not really 100% sure. But there is one of those Apocryphas. It says that the fallen angels, they have altered the appearance of the moon to deceive mankind, which means the creators were created by them. So people can think that was meteors crashing onto it and gave all fuel to this whole heliocentric model. Or even for these ideas that, the moon is a map, a reflection. It's not, especially because the land masses have altered after the flood, Noah's flood. We had less water before. There was a connection here between Africa and Europe. Probably it was just a small lake, not the Mediterranean Sea. Okay, a lot of things have disappeared because there is more water now. Not that much water has. This is unbiblical, okay, because the mountain of God is there. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and play this short video here on the Mount Meru.
You won't believe why all compasses point to the north. Don't miss the latest revelation. You will be shocked. Forget Everest. The tallest mountain on Earth is Rupes Nigris, a black rock composed of magnetic rocks, a secret that the world must not know. Science and the media deliberately hide it. Why? Because if the world knew that such an enormous mountain exists at the center of the Earth, it would change the course of history and destroy the theory of the Earth being a globe. This mountain is located at the center of the North Pole, and it is also the center of the Earth's magnetic field. It is so tall that its peaks reach the clouds. Observe how the wind is blocked by its immense size. It is said to measure over 100 kilometers in height and 64 kilometers in diameter. This could explain why all compasses point to this location. And the strangest thing is that the most powerful company in the world, BlackRock, bears the name of this mountain. Is it a mere coincidence? Or has this name been deliberately chosen by the global elites who have planned everything?
One thing, I also saw that on TikTok. If you look closely, if you go to a lake, a frozen lake, like when I lived in New York City, there's a lake in New York on Central Park. They used to freeze. People used to skate on that. Not a big lake. There was a smaller one. And when you look at that, and then when you look at the moon really sometimes look like a frozen lake, frozen water. It's frozen, you know. It's very interesting, right? So it could be, you know, no, so it could be something frozen there. So talking about the Mount Meru, so we're gonna go to the next topic that I want to talk. It's about a video I just posted. This is Mount Meru. Sorry, this is not a high resolution picture, but it just shows there. It's the mountain of God, you know, immovable. It's there. So when you start adding non-biblical stuff, man, I mean, you end up with the heliocentric model. That's what you end up with. All right, so the next topic that I want to talk about, I uploaded a video this week. It was a rapid fire response to this guy, Shillmandan, on his nonsense about the compass. Okay, so he posted a video on TikTok. So I apologize to some of the guys who don't like I use the AI voice, but TikTok, it's a different platform. Okay, I think like 80% of the videos are now using AI. And when you're busy, you just type and then you select the AI voice, and then, you know, it took me like a few minutes only to make that response. But I want to play it here for you guys, so we can go on. You got to know what we talked about before I can comment on that. So please watch this. I apologize again for the AI voice, but it was all my video. I typed everything, just selected that. But please watch this short video. It's on my channel. I uploaded a few days ago. But so in order for us to talk about it, it's important for you guys to watch this. So please watch it up. Watch it up.
This guy's job is to take you away from the truth and keep you believing on a spinning ball Earth is space. I am here to prove it to you that this man is wrong. Listen to his nonsense.
The lowly compass. Now, a compass uses Earth's magnetic field.
Nope. A compass points north because that's where the magnetic mountain is located. Have you ever heard of the company called BlackRock? Exactly. It's named after this sacred mountain heavily documented in ancient writings, but completely erased in modern history to support the pseudoscience called the heliocentric model.
Now, that magnetic field is generated by Earth's core.
This is complete BS. How does this molten core know which side north is located? Why doesn't this molten core pulls things down from all sides of this ball? Instead, it intelligently knows where north is located. Globe believers repeat over and over that up is everywhere on the ball and down is located in the center of the ball, Earth. So, how come the ball Earth suddenly has an up and a down side? How come north is located on the top of the ball, Earth, and south is located on the bottom of the ball, Earth? Suddenly the ball, Earth, has an upside and a downside when it's convenient. This is not science. This is pseudoscience.
Now, if the Earth was flat and it didn't have a core, it wouldn't be able to generate a magnetic field. Therefore, compasses wouldn't work. But they do.
Of course they do. Because the Earth is not a ball. If Earth was a ball, compasses could not work at all because the needle would either be pointed to space, since up on a ball is everywhere, or to the center of the ball, Earth, where the core is located. Compasses must be held flat for them to work. Compasses do not work on curved surface. It has to be held flat. Compasses can only work on a flat Earth, where the magnetic mountain is located right at the center. So be aware of this guy. He is not your friend. He's friend with the globalists and with those who have kept us under the spell of heliocentrism. That's his goal, to keep you from escaping the matrix. The Earth is absolutely flat. This is Flat Earth Banjo signing out. Peace, my brothers and sisters.
Hi guys, sorry, so I used the AI voice there, but I was the one, I wrote everything. So that's the nonsense, okay? So according to the heliocentric model, up is everywhere. Up is towards space and down to the center of the Earth. But at the same time, now they claim that, you know, like this is molten core. This is molten. It keeps, according to the heliocentric model, it keeps spinning. And I don't know if you guys remember, a couple months ago, NASA released a statement saying that the core was spinning opposite side, you know, to the opposite side. I mean, a lot of nonsense comes from a heliocentric model. And, you know, I mean, it's a smart molten core, I guess. It chooses, oh, this side's going to be north, you know. So a lot of nonsense. So here I have, you know, it can't work on a ball. You know, the compass cannot work on a ball because up, according to them, is everywhere and down to the center of the Earth. So if you have a molten core right here, you know, if you're here in New Zealand, the needle should be pointing towards the center, not going around here, you know, making curves to find the magnetic north, you know, according to the globe. So it doesn't really make sense on the ball Earth, but on the flat Earth, it completely makes more sense. You know, just a matter of, okay, here we have Mount Meru, the magnetic mountain, the black rock, right? North is right here, the Polaris, the star right here. Now, I went to New Zealand, my compass pointed north. When I'm in Brazil, in Rio, São Paulo, and I visit my family, my compass points north. So this makes sense on the flat Earth. It doesn't really make sense on the ball Earth. So one more thing before we end this. This lady, she's a ranger, and she explains exactly the compass.
Today, we're going to go over the fundamentals of a compass, which include the basic parts, how to hold the compass, and the simple steps to follow when using your compass. Now, how to hold your compass. Remember, north is never up in the sky.
Remember, north is never up in the sky. Remember, north is never up in the sky.
So hold your compass nice and flat.
So hold your compass nice and flat.
So hold your compass nice and flat.
That will allow our needle to point towards north.
That will allow our needle to point towards north.
Right, so there you see it. The lady explaining north is never towards the sky, you know. And for them, you have, oh, okay, north, when you say, oh, people in North America is standing upside up and South America upside down. Oh, there's no up and down on the ball. Up is towards space, you know, and down to the center. Suddenly, you know, they change. Oh, no, up is over there. So I was, you know, exchanging some ideas with this Glober. And I said, well, you know, how come when I lived in New York, they say, oh, I got to go down to Mexico City. Oh, you need to go down to South America, you know, I need to go. And I also have a video because when you fly, okay, let me share my screen here. When you fly, we fly around the Earth, okay, from east to west, from east to west, from west to east. But on the ball, you say, oh, I'm flying under the ball. You know, you should say that because if you're flying, let's say from Rio to Perth, you got to go under the ball, okay? But you don't say that. You say, I'm flying around the world, not under the world, not above, you know? You always use the words around because that's how we go. We go around on a flat plane. Okay, Globers. And I know that because, you know, I was one of them. We we hold some things like Globers now, not me anymore, but as a Glober, I used to idolize some things. You know, it's just like worshiping stuff. So we liked a lot of sci-fi stuff. I used to watch that Ancient Aliens since season one. I watched season one, two, three, four, five, up to the point I became a flat earth, of course. But before that, when I was a kid, and then Star Wars came out, and then all those space-related movies. So I started to collect. I started collecting movies, sci-fi memorabilia. I had a whole bunch of stuff, from, I mean, you name it, from like diecast, DeLorean, from Back to the Future figures, from Star Wars, and from other space-related movies, a whole bunch of sci-fi related. Japanese, guys that live in Japan, I've been married for 26 years, 27 almost. So I had a lot of sci-fi related stuff from Japan, that robot from the movie and the Forbidden Land or something like that. So I had that robot I bought here in Japan because it was made in Japan. The whole character was made in Japan. So I had a lot of sci-fi stuff, okay? It's very hard to let it go. And one lady pointed out recently, some of the Globers she was dealing with, they were attacking her, cussing her. And she said, oh, I figured out you guys are Trekkies. And that's the problem. Some of those people, they don't want to let go of their fantasy, childhood fantasy. And they don't want to let go, they cannot admit flat earth because if they do, I mean, how much time they have wasted. So what did I do? I had a whole bunch of memorabilia, okay, a lot of collectibles. I could have sold them and made some money, but I didn't want anybody to be more deep with this heliocentric idea, space. So what I did, I was already living in Japan. It was back 2015, 16 when I became a flat earther. We have recycling bags. I put everything inside, recycle station, and I saw the truck coming and triturating everything, and it's gone. I mean, I could have made a couple $100, maybe a couple $1,000. It's all gone. I didn't want anybody to have that stuff because it's all lies, all based on lies, on satanic heliocentric model. So I had all this memorabilia, a lot of movie memorabilia, sci-fi. It's difficult. And then I see those Globers today, they are Trekkies, man. They believe that stuff and space, and we all grew up in, 80s, 70s, 80s, 90s, all the space-related stuff. Space. You go to Netflix, space movies, and it's very difficult, for them. And also, I was thinking today, you don't need to be... All right, let me explain my point, what I was thinking this morning. Let's say that a whole bunch of people realize Earth is flat. Talking about professors, scientists, or whatever. Oh, they know. There's a lot of them I know. This is the way they think. Well, if we admit this stuff, the church is going to take over, and then we won't be able to do the things we want to do, whatever. So they keep suppressing the truth and promoting the lie because then they can do whatever they want to do. They just have the freedom to do whatever they want to do, to exploit, to enslave people, to kill, to extract blood from people. So even though they know, they won't admit, just like I had a TikTok compilation where Michio Kaku, he says, if he admits he's wrong, he'll be out of a job. How many professors, So they gotta stick to that because they have invested their lives and they pay mortgages. This is what is going on. I had an order. I was already living in Japan. I ordered from NASA, from Discovery Channel, from NASA, I guess. NASA, a set of 150 beautiful laminated set of cards about this big each. With the whole heliocentric model, all the quasars, the constellation, whatever. And I told my daughter, you have to memorize all this time. I'm going to ask you questions. I'm going to show the picture. You got to tell me. I mean, I threw everything away, you know, all went out to the trash. All right, so guys, let me share my screen again. So you guys know, so according to the heliocentric model, the moon is 250,000 miles away from Earth and 400,000 kilometers. This is I try to find an in scale, right, position, right? So what we have here, you see here the moon and the horizon, right? So we got a problem here, okay? You have the moon and the horizon line way beyond. So that's because the moon is really small compared to the size of the plane. So the plane extends beyond the reach of the moon. The moon does not go all the way to the ends of the Earth, okay? Circles around here only. So I got this video, which is an amazing video, right? Not only this one, I got a couple more. Got this one here from an airplane, too. Okay, from airplanes, right? See the moon and see the horizon line right there. Okay, now I have a couple more, not gonna show today, but right. So you gotta believe this. I mean, you don't have to believe, but globers claim magical refraction, right? So remember this image that I just showed you guys? So these guys believe that there is a magic refraction that will extend the horizon, the physical horizon on the ball, 250,000 miles or more because it goes past the moon. This is how crazy some of these guys this is how to defend the heliocentric model. So they have these puppets over there, and this is one of them. So let's watch this video from Actoon here.
I'm going to clarify here. I know you don't like it, but it doesn't really matter. You are claiming a definitive model, brother. I'm not, okay? I'm not. I don't know exactly what the Earth is. It's called being intellectually honest. You claim that you do most definitely know, so you're having to substantiate your positive claim of the sphericity and the movement of the Earth inside this heliocentric model. We can move on because I can show the flaws in all of it. Okay, so where is the physical horizon necessitated by your religious belief of the spherical Earth?
Again, the physical horizon is not visible. So I'm not going to answer where the physical horizon is. I will answer where the visible horizon is.
Okay, so are you conceding that there isn't a physical geometric horizon in the image?
We went over this again. You're on loop. I already.
You're not answering. You're causing the loop, my friend.
See the physical horizon, the geometric horizon. We see the apparent horizon.
So there is a horizon here that should be creating 60 feet of bulge prior to the structures, but we just don't see it because why?
Refraction.
Okay, now what are the 5 types of refraction, and can you specify what type of refraction is causing that to happen?
Looks to me like a coefficient of refraction of 2 or more.
That is not a type of refraction.
Don't care.
Well, it doesn't really matter if you care, McToon. Of course you don't care, because this is a death blow to your model, bro. You don't lose the ball.
I'm just going to interject here. I think that it would be a good idea in order to move the conversation forward if we do answer this question here.
I'm sure that you do think that, bro, but I have debated McToon once, and he did that every time. So that's not how this is going to work, okay? He has to address and specify his claim for the evidence that is being presented against his model, okay? So he's got to answer the question. Refraction is not the entirety of the answer. Do I need to provide a source to explain refraction? Because it's your claim, McToon. So can you tell us exactly what type of refraction is and how it applies to this image and how it explains it?
It is downward refraction, matching the radius of the Earth at times.
Okay, I'm not letting the wizardry go, okay, because I did the first time we debated. So I'm putting your feet to the fire. This is my stream. I don't have to do this. Okay, if you're not going to be intellectually honest, then I'm not going to sit here and let you and your friend control the dictation of the way that this goes. I'm presenting the first thing I've presented. I've let you shuck and jive and tiptoe around with your wizardry. Now I'm offering an observation, right? This is what science is, right? We take observable phenomena Okay, here's the observation, Mattoon. Okay, now I'm well aware that you would prefer that I just accept your explanation as a broad assertion of refraction, but that is not sufficient. There are different types of refraction. You have to explain to me how it's causing the illusion of the horizon and removing the geometric horizon. It doesn't matter what you say about it. It doesn't matter if you don't like it. Of course you don't like it. This is lifetime dismantling your religion. But it is objective that you are going to have to explain how refraction is causing the horizon to disappear and reappear in the distance. What type of refraction is making that happen? It's a brand new anomaly. Please explain. Thousands of people are waiting.
It is a coefficient of refraction of 2.0 or higher.
Okay, so basically, I guess we're just gonna have to accept this as a concession because you're gonna keep doing it. You know, like
I've given you empirical measurements that coefficient of refraction 2.0 or higher happens over water. The 2.0 coefficient of refraction causes the light ray to bend at the same radius as the Earth. It allows us to see indefinitely far over the Earth. Allows us to see indefinitely far over the Earth. Allows us to see indefinitely far over the Earth.
All right, guys, you heard that absurdity. So according to these globers, you know, the moon is 250,000 miles, and we have a refraction that's gonna stretch the physical Earth's horizon 250,000 or past 260, because according to the image, the moon is before the horizon. The horizon is way beyond the position of the moon. So I should maybe show you guys again. This is the footage, okay, from the airplane. A couple of them, you see the horizon there and the moon way before. So according to Mattoon or these globers, you have a magical, where is the image? Right here. A magical physical refraction that stretches all the way 400,000 kilometers, 250,000 miles, and it's going to show the moon like before the horizon line. I mean, this is insanity, you know. This is how far these guys go. These guys go to defend the heliocentric model. So this is the position of the moon. This is an in-scale image, and this is what we see, the moon before the horizon. And according to them, you have a magical refraction that stretches 250 or 280,000 miles beyond where the moon is, so we can see an image like that. Give me a break, you know, give me a break. Gotta say shout out to RV, give me a break. Completely nonsense. And we can go on with this, okay? That's why I have this thing here to get the 90-degree angle. They do the same thing here, okay? You know, to get the, you know, the coordinates of a star, to measure the star, we need a 90-degree angle, which is impossible on a ball. So what do? They create this. This is in Portuguese because I presented this in a Brazilian channel. We have the equatorial plane they create, or this artificial horizon here, right? Which is basically they flatten the Earth. They create two flat Earths, one in the middle of the ball, one on top of the ball, you know? This is basically what they do. Let's say that they want to get, you know, use the sextant and get the sun's position. So they need to stretch the ball, and that's what they do, you know? It's just like the nose of Pinocchio. They stretch all the way so they can get the measurements, the 90 degrees. So they don't have a ball anymore, because not even the surface of the ball, it's the middle. They have to flatten, they have to consider everybody is on the equator. At the equator, they cut off the ball, and that's the nonsense of the heliocentric model. It's a non-stop nonsense. So I was a global for many years, for 50 years, and it's all a lie, you know, so you cannot live with this, with constant lie. And the same thing here on this image, being, you know, back and forth with this glober. he says this is curvature, but you don't see the tilt. Where's the tilted building? The building stands right side up, you know, like straight up. There's no tilt where we should have a tilting of the building if this is curvature. So these guys are, you know, terrible at this stuff. We need, you know, a flat Earth for the, you know, for everything. And that moon, you know, that's incredible. You see the moon before the horizon way past the moon, and they need a magic refraction that extends the physical horizon of the ball 250,000 miles to go under the moon. And, you know, I mean, this is like believing in Santa Claus, you know. Gonna need a flat Earth. That's right. Gonna need a flat Earth for that. So, guys, let's move on. I just wanna address some things here. You know, like I work, and I was the last one to set up a store, online store. Back 2015, 2016, people were having online stores, and I have nothing against, because it's you know, let me go here real quick. Let's find these guys. So you have here this guy with 1,066,660,000 subscribers, okay? And you see here, this is Shop Mentor Pilot Store, okay? So not only does he make a whole bunch of money because he's allowed to have, he's allowed to monetize. You see here, thanks, he can get tips, and he takes jabs at Flat Earth and all that stuff. Unlike him, you know, I'm not allowed any of those stuff. I mean, you know, I wrote to YouTube. I exchanged some messages with them, and they don't allow me to do anything like as far as monetize. Go to any video. Let's go to this one here, compilation. Got about 150 compilations already, okay? You see, no, my store is not here. I am not allowed to have it. I don't have the money sign here. I cannot monetize because my content, they say, oh, your content is now the subscribers, blah, blah, blah. But they fill my channel with ads. I had to remove, flatten the curve here, from here, because every time that somebody visited my channel, wanted to watch Flatten the Curve, I mean, they couldn't because there was so many ads. So they make money off my channel, but, you know, so for this reason, I set up a store to help out a little bit. The gain is extremely low right now, and I have to send money to my family in Brazil. So the store helps me a little bit, if you guys can. So I'm going to run this ad real quick before we go on to the show.
Don't waste any more time. Visit the links above now and order my book 16 Emergency Landings Proving Flat Earth. Visit my online store now and order the new enhanced Gleason's Flat Earth map. This map used to be in every school and library in the nation before NASA was created in 1958, when the maps were ordered removed. Have your Gleason's map hanging on the wall in your house where no government can take it down. Here you see it hanging on a wall in the house of the late Charles K. Johnson. Here is a quote from the book 1984 by George Orwell. Every record has been destroyed or falsified, every book rewritten, every picture has been repainted, every statue and street building has been renamed, every date has been altered, and the process is continuing day by day and minute by minute. History has stopped. Order your map now.
Alright, so guys, that's all I ask. If you can order the night in there, I would appreciate. All the links are here, all of my videos. You go here and then click on that. I'm thankful to some of the guys, You know, they've been sending me pictures with T-shirts, mugs, and this is Kevin Bobick. He ordered one of the maps. So thank you guys. This is the only way that you have to support me or on PayPal. Thank you, I appreciate. So let's move on to the next parts of our show today. So as you guys know, Vika has just released on YouTube the documentary about the mechanical realm. So they say that flat earthers don't have a working model. Well, our flat earth model was created 2,500 years ago. Okay, it's called the Antikythera mechanism, right? So this is a very expensive Hublot wristwatch, $16,000, and it's a flat earth. You know, it's a flat earth model right there. You have all the months, you have the moon, you have the sun, you have exactly like the Greeks created. Okay, this is a flat earth model. It's all based on a geocentric flat earth model. So this is Antikythera mechanism. There's no difference between this and the Paul Tripp's model right here. All right, with the sun, the moon, the months. It's a machine. The earth is a machine. You know, the Bible says that the stars, the luminaries are made for counting the days and the years and time. So that's what we have. The Antikythera mechanism is nothing more, nothing less than a flat earth model created 2,500 years ago. Now, these guys, this is not something made by flat earthers. This was made actually before flat earth became popular. It's made in Greece by some Greek scholars. They designed the Antikythera mechanism, and this is when I saw it even has a dome on top. You know, no, this is not flat earthers who did this. This was back in 2014. You see, everything is written in Greek right here because that was made by some Greek scholars reproducing the Antikythera mechanism. So there you see the sun, the moon moving over a flat stationary earth, carrying along the months, the days, the months, the years. So we have had a working flat earth model for 2,500 years. And we're predicting, you know, all the eclipses, and this is another video, full screen. All right, so this is the movement of the planets or the wandering stars. And that's what we have. The Antikythera mechanism describes everything. And up to today, if you go like to Oxford University or any websites, they have 4 hours long documentary about this machine. And guess what? They haven't even made everything public or everything the machine used to make. And they haven't made, you know, because it was an extremely advanced machine for that time. And this is the watch, Hublot. It's all based, it's called the Antikythera watch, you know. It's a smaller size. It's a compact Antikythera machine wristwatch, but it costs a lot of money, $16,000. Beautiful, you know, I would love to have one, but $16,000 is way over my budget. But it's a beautiful machine if you can afford. They have different designs, but that's an Antikythera mechanism, or not, why not to say flat earth, working flat earth model designed 2,500 years ago. And it's a machine. The flat earth is a machine, okay? The whole earth, everything is designed as a machine. So you guys have to watch the documentary on Vika Draziv's channel, and I'll be uploading here. You can check it out, perhaps later tonight there in the US. But I'm gonna have the, you know, the documentary here. Shout out to Vika. All credit goes to him. About more than a year of work in the documentary. It's 2 hours long. But there you see all the details. This is the working flat earth model that Globers have been asking us to produce, and we have had one for 2,500 years. That's, shows the dates, the times, the day, the year, the eclipses, the solstice, and everything, all in one machine designed 2,500 years ago. One thing I want to talk to you guys about, there was an eclipse a couple months ago, October. So this is the path of the eclipse according to the globe, right? And then on the globe, the moon goes from west to east. Okay, so that's what they did right here. So it's clearly going from northwest to southwest. So remember, the sun and the moon, they're both aligned. So that makes no sense on the globe, because according to the globe, the moon and the sun are moving from southeast Brazil towards the northwest US. So it's kind of a weird, considering that on the heliocentric model, it's a constant east to west, not southeast towards the northwest west. Right? Pretty weird path of the this eclipse. And I have one here back in, this was in 2021. I never spoke about it, but you see here, going over Antarctica. Okay, that's a total eclipse that happened on December 4th, 2021. And according to the heliocentric model, the sun and the moon are going from north to south, south to north, and not east to west. So eclipses make no sense on the globe. And they keep saying, oh, eclipses don't make sense on the flat earth. Actually, it's the opposite. On the flat earth, everything makes more sense. And I do want to share this with you guys. Back in 2017, I have a video describing several eclipses. So I tried to demonstrate the path of this eclipse of past October on the glistens. Okay, so this is the path of this eclipse on the glistens right here. So back in 2017, I have several eclipses that I put together on the flat earth, and I have been saying, if you guys have been with me for that long, that the sun circles from east to west, but not a perfect circle. You guys have to understand. Sometimes it's oval-like, sometimes it has some funny shapes, right? Don't think the sun and the moon, especially the moon, goes in a perfect circle. No, it sometimes goes oval, sometimes, So this is the path of the sun and the moon on that date, right? The last eclipse in the US. Okay, this crossed Brazil and went northwest towards northwest US, right? So just for it to be clear, the sun, as the Bible describes, goes from east to west on a circle, on a circuit. It's not a perfect circle, right? Just like we have different circuits over, like NASCAR have oval circuits and stuff like that. Then every morning I have to resubscribe to your channel because, I mean, it's terrible. They add, this is so annoying. Sometimes I'm watching like Taboo Conspiracy. I finished watching a video and it's on autoplay and it starts playing Professor Day. So they push these guys, they unsubscribe guys like, flat earth channels, but they keep, pushing the globe narrative. So we go against, the flow here. We are on a platform where we are not treated equally. They give a lot of perks to Globers, the incentives, they promote their videos, they let them monetize, they let them sell merchandise, and a lot of us, this is what in politics they call strangulation. They financially strangulate you so you can give up, you can stop doing. They do this with nations. They isolate nations, they apply sanctions to nations, financial sanctions, they stop importing from any. This is all a way to break the nation down. So they do that stuff to us to break us down, So we give up. So many people have given up. I mean, I try to like Rory Cooper, I mean, he made some extremely nice videos. So they do all that stuff to, you know, make us to give up. And so many guys, I wish I could find this guy here. And also, if you guys, if any of you can or work with remasterization of videos, you know, sometimes you see some 70s, 80s, 60s videos remasterized, and they are high quality videos. So this guy, his name is Paul Shift or something. He created a flat book back in 2015, and it's amazing, amazing video, right? So this is the anti-Kitterer mechanism right here. I'll explain, but I cannot upload this video right now. I had it, and I got a strike because Paul, I think he used some music, a lot of music. It's 1 hour long. And he used some music here. And the guy, whenever you upload this video, he gives you a strike. So I got a strike, you know, but I'm showing here there's no music playing. So Paul Shift, he made this video back in 2015, I guess. But the quality is really poor. He made it in 480. And I wish I don't have the power. My computer is not, you know, it's 20 years old. But I wish someone could enhance this video and remasterize. And if you guys know somebody who can do that, or if yourself watching this, because this is really nice, and we can just replace the music, or no music at all, or just have like a live stream like this one, and just let it run, because it's really nice. And this is the anti-Kitterer mechanism right here. And it's 1 hour long, you know, and he goes in details describing so many things on the video. So nice, okay? All the constellations, everything. But the quality is so poor, I cannot find. I've been looking for a better, at least 720p, I cannot find. This is either 360 or I don't think it's 480. All right, so if you guys know somebody who can remasterize this video, I can upload it to my Google. You download, and then we can have it, you know, a nice quality video. So guys, I have missed being here. Again, shout out to everyone. Yeah, the guys who have been here. I'm looking forward watching this debate on Saturday. No, I'm not sure. It's going to be 5 p.m. Don't know what time we'll be here, but it's probably going to be Sunday morning for me. But I'm looking forward to watching this debate, Pastor Dean Odo. Several times I have invited Dean Odo to come to the show. Several times. He never replied. But I like him as a Christian. I don't agree with him in some of the biblical aspects. I'm leaning towards more and more to some of the events in Revelation have already been fulfilled. Not all prophecies, but a lot of that stuff have already been fulfilled. And perhaps that's going to be a topic for the next time. And, oh yeah, I was going to close with the flight routes. So let's look at some of them. Let me share my screen again. And several of them I have already talked about. So if you want to download those and share with friends, just let me know. I'll place the link, but these are very popular. People enjoy seeing them. Flights like this one, Auckland to Lima, you don't have a direct flight. You need to stop in LA. Even though Lima is Machu Picchu is one of the 7 new wonders of the world. Thousands and thousands of people flocked to that. When the pandemic started, almost 2,000 Australians were there. They could not fly back. Some of them went back by ship. They took 4 months for them to get back to Australia because they went by ship. It's amazing. Another one there, Auckland to Mexico City. You have all those historic places in Mexico, the Aztec, all the pyramids and all that stuff. But you don't have a direct flight from Auckland bringing tourists to those places. Gotta stop in LA because that's the format of the Earth. The Earth is flat. Buenos Aires to New Delhi. You cannot fly over Africa. There's no way. Just look at the flat Earth map. That's where things make more sense. Flights, Wellington to Johannesburg, stops either in Doha, sometimes in Dubai, Hong Kong. The flights, this is the flights I was telling the pilot 74 gear. Why don't you just fly over Antarctica? You just can't. Okay, there's no way to fly over Antarctica. The Earth is flat. Sydney, Lima, Peru. This is a flight. 2,000 Australians had to stay in Peru. Some of them, they went back to the US. I mean, they went to the US, tried to get flights back to Sydney or by ship, or, some of them took like months to get back to Australia during the pandemic. Not a single direct flight, impossible from Sydney to Lima because Earth is not a ball. Okay, same thing there, Sydney, Mexico City. And this one was interesting because back in 2019 with that Project Loon, whatever, no, it wasn't Loon, Loon is the satellites. Was a project that Alan Joyce was talking about, direct flight. They were planning a direct flight from Sydney to Mexico City to 2024 when they had better aircraft, so why not fly now, if the Earth is a ball? They can't. New Zealand to Lima, Wellington, Auckland to Abu Dhabi, you stop in Seoul. Okay, Auckland to Cape Town, stop in Dubai. Auckland to Miami, you stop in Los Angeles. Okay, why not stop, Auckland, stop, well, I don't have a ball here, but looking here, why not go Peru and Miami right here, Auckland, Peru, Miami. No way, can't do it. Right, Sydney to Durban, South Africa, Dubai. Okay, these flights from South America to from the tip of South America to the tip of the ball in South Africa, gotta go up north. Okay, same thing here. So many flights, all right, proving that we don't live on a spinning ball. Okay, gonna close with this one here. This is, I need to draw this. I drew this a long time ago. This is Amelia Earhart. She departed. So people say, oh, on the flat Earth, you have to be constantly, steering right or left. No, because you fly straight from city to city. You go from waypoint to waypoint here, city to city, That's how Amelia Earhart flew around. She kept around the equator. But always a straight line because you have airplanes, the shortest path between 2 points is always a straight line. So you go straight, you keep going straight, straight, straight. This is you fly around the Earth on the globe Earth. All right, guys, I think that's all for today. So I do not know when I'll be back. I do appreciate you guys. We had 110 people watching our show. Thank you so much. God bless each and every one of you. I have missed being here, all the guests from before, and I don't know when I'll be back, but today's what, 27, November 27. Hopefully before the end of the year, I'll be back, okay, in about 3-4 weeks. And shout out to everyone, guys. I miss you guys. God bless you. And I think I'm going to close with a favorite song from ever, from the old shows. Let's listen to Dave's J. Carroll. See you guys next time. Bye-bye, guys.
Wonderful, magical, celestial light. fantastical, mystical, wonderful sight. Belgian Swiss physicist Auguste Piccard, 1931, first to reach for the stars, was the first to explore the air view stratosphereus, a scientist curious to see what was there. An aluminium black ball gondola, helium balloon, hydrogen with photos and instruments, sailed towards the moon, rose in just half an hour, 52,000 feet, 10 miles up, 10 temperature, up a dead drop in heat and cold, but disproving gravity. Wonderful, mystical, beautiful sight, flat line separation of black from blue light, a world run by deceivers, false make-believers, hiding in shadows, stealing our light. Mystical, fluorescent light, wonderful, magical, awesome, yes, stealing our light. Wonderful, let there be light, supernatural, eternal, supernatural. Up we go, higher than rainbows, higher than mountains, above cumulonimbus, higher than air, high level horizon, 360 around us, but right round behind us, any height that you dare. The sun and the moon both revolve around us, to forever short time pass intelligently there. You'll never beat us, you'll never defeat us, no more you'll deceive us, we see through you like air. Kipper and Picard were the first ever known to reach up there. Divine luminescent light, mystical, wonderful, celestial light. So what was their eternal testimony? What did they report back to humanity? Said it seemed like a flat disk far as eyes can see, with an upturned edge fading into infinity. A mystical, ethereal, celestial sight, a divine creation, a clockwork of light, designed hid by deceivers and false make-believers, still cowering in shadows, still fearing our light. Here we go, higher than Everest, higher than airplanes, above zero cumulus, higher than air, a level horizon, 360 around us, no motion beneath us, no spinning, no stars on the firmament, turn all around us, to forever short time past geometrically there. You'll never beat us, you'll never defeat us, forever beneath us, we see through you like air. Mystic, solar, luminous light, fantastical, magical, bright, we see through you like air. Magical, angels of light, beautiful, wonderful, celestial light. The first to see truth when they reach for the stars, explorers and physicists, Kipper and Picard. Never you'll defeat us, forever beneath us, we see through you like air.